Today I'm going to see a good friend of mine, Chris. He's going to show me his work, his photo work, his style of photo, and just have a good time and, enjoy ourselves. And you get to learn something about, photography and the different styles and canvas, what you can do with photo. So come along on this journey. Right, I see you've got two pieces here, but let me start at the one at the top first. Yeah, this look like one more of your sketches.
Yeah,
Right.
it looks like an image from 1890,
Okay.
like what a young woman who used to work in the coal house, or it's not modern. You can see that. A bit sad. Like she's, I don't know, lives on the street or she's homeless. But it's not a happy photo. So there's a story behind that.
Brilliant. And that's your work?
Yes.
Brilliant. This piece here?
Oh, this is, to me, I don't know, the concept was masks or playing around with faces but not real, trying to make them almost like animal-like. But it's a phase of trying to experiment. It's not meant to be a serious piece, it's just sometimes you let your hand flow and you just go with it.
Okay, that's the creative thing behind the creator,
Yes.
which is you.
Nothing was planned.
Okay, brilliant, it's lovely. Okay, let me move on, thank you.
So as I was saying originally, these photos are called hidden, and they form a series of 5 photographs which I took for my university course at Derby Uni. So the concept is not to show the faces, but just to show a smearing of their faces. So in this one on the here, it's titled Raindrops. So the further you stand back, the further you see the image. So close up it's not quite clear, but when you stand back, you can see that the image is there. Again, 1 of 5. This playing with it once again with shutter speed, waterfall. A lot of the photography is about patience and waiting. So it's a lot of standing and waiting for the opportunity. So you can't be a photographer if you haven't got time. Time is what you need to have to take your photos, and patience.
So is it safe to say you visualize what you're going to do before?
Yeah, you have to have something in your head beforehand.
Right.
Sometimes spur of the moment, it works, but you have to have a plan before you leave your house, what you want to do.
Good. Brilliant. Your work is really lovely. This one here.
It's an image I saw on the internet, looking at the female form.
Okay.
That's a kind of a yoga position.
Okay.
It's different from
Very,
just having a black or white one. So I went for something colourful.
very artistic. Yeah.
And that imagery, just sort of a woman who's sitting down, really, nothing really
Okay.
to say much. It's just another.
Very artistic piece, man. I like it. I like your work. It's lovely. Lovely.
So the image is purposefully blurred, and the railings is kind of like it is caged, is imprisoned, and you got the ropes, which is like a form of bondage. So it's loneliness as well. Is there isolation? So there's a lot of concept in the photograph.
Okay, brilliant. Uh, just down here, I see we've got a collage. Is that safe to say? Is this like a collage of picture?
I quickly put together some of my architectural photography, which I'm also interested in.
So you interested in
architectural?
All right, brilliant. That's buildings.
Yes. So this one here, which is once again blurred on purpose.
Some of these images look like in the West Midlands in Birmingham. Is that right? Some of the buildings in Birmingham.
Building with the dishes on.
This one here.
Yeah.
Right. That's in Birmingham.
Most of these are Birmingham, man.
Brilliant.
I do go around to other places like Coventry, Nottingham, Wolverhampton, West Brom. And this is experimenting with like mirror image, the mirroring. That's just.
Okay, so that's a different style of photography, like a mirror image. Brilliant, brilliant, lovely. I think I passed this one here, which is quite abstract-y, but you can see vaguely.
It's meant to be like a cutout of my dog, which I had a couple of years ago.
Okay.
The concept is to cut out with a sharp instrument on a pad, and you take a copy with you just roll it with ink and take a copy. It's a form of printmaking.
Right. I've also got this collage, these big collage prints on this table, Chris, which they look so lovely. One thing I'd love to say, I like big prints in photography or photos. You know, for some reason, big prints for me, it just look beautiful. But this here, you know, I really do like these prints. Okay, beautiful. Could you explain the story or a concept behind these prints, if you may, just to let me have a clear idea where your mindset was at when you captured these images?
Well, most of these are formulated. Let's say this one is from a funeral, after the funeral has been taking place, so it's grief, it's loss, it's sadness, but it's all. Actually, to get this photo, I had to stand on the wall to look down, so without that, if I was at eye level, it wouldn't work so much, so I had to stand on the wall and take that photo. Opposed to this one over here, I had to stoop down behind to capture this touching image at a funeral. So most of my photos, people don't know I'm taking them.
So this one here is two gentlemen, and you can clearly see like he's consoling him. Is that right? Okay.
And the next image beside is when I was at college. We were asked to take a series of photos of, I think, each other. So we went back in a deep breath and we just took some quick photos. This is.
I remember these two guys.
Years ago. Oh, it's a long time now.
I remember these two guys that was in college.
Yes.
These two guys they were in college. Yeah. Very artistic guys as well. Yeah. Photographers. Yeah. They're really creative, and I think this one here, I can't remember his name on the left. He runs a T-shirt and cap store. He's got a business now, I think, because he was doing some prints on his clothing. I think that logo that we're looking at now, if I go up a bit closer, that's his logo on his garments. Okay, those caps and t-shirts, if I'm right. I'm just trying to remember vaguely. Yeah, but they were very two creative guys. Okay, I didn't even know you captured that. Lovely.
These two gentlemen, this was like at Answick Park, a venue called Simmer Down, a festival. So it's, once again, the tree is the most focal point. So it's separation, but they're at the same venue, but they don't know each other's is behind the tree. So
okay, that gentleman also looked like a guy from the ZooM or from Birmingham, which they call him McCarthy. I can't remember if that's his right name. He's a very influential gentleman in the West Midlands. Also, he also involves in creative stuff, music, pictures, and anything creative. I think that's him. If I'm right. Okay.
and we have normally it's photography, it's people watching. So obviously these two are engaged in an exchange. Once again, they don't know I'm taking it. As opposed to this one here, which is probably, once again, you have that gap of separation, but two different things going on. She's on her phone, he's just in his own world, but they're in the same place. So you capture people, their minds are at two different angles. This piece is just capturing street furniture that was just
Okay.
there. I think we went to Gloucestershire for a day out, and we just walked around, but he creates pattern in his own way. So
This piece look a bit abstract-y.
very abstract, very
Okay.
imposing, very
Okay, brilliant.
sharp.
And that's the piece, guys. Look a bit abstract-y.
These two gentlemen, obviously they know each other, they're friends, more or less mirroring each other.
How do you get this shot, Chris, of a close-up shot of these two gentlemen here, but look in the background, it's a bit blurred.
That's the idea of a long lens, and once you focus in the foreground, the background automatically blurs out, so the foreground becomes really sharp, which is what you want.
Okay.
You can do the reverse. Yeah, walking through town, saw the vicar, obviously he's having a conversation, and it's
So this picture is actually in Birmingham.
Birmingham City Centre, so
Okay.
they're engaged in some sort of dialogue, don't know what of.
Okay. Right, so there you have it, guys. A collage of big prints, and all these images has been taken by Chris himself, which is a very good photographer, and he also do his artistic work, sketch work of images, faces, anything really, and his work is so, it's next to none. It's really good, you know. We're here today looking at all these images, and this is of his work, right? He's based in the West Midlands, Birmingham, right? We're not giving out any location as yet, like his whereabouts, but what I'm trying to say, he's based in the West Midlands. He's a photographer, very good one, and all that you're looking at today is his work, which is really brilliant, you know. Before we wrap up today, right, I would love to, you know, I'm looking in the background of this beautiful motor, Chris, and I can't resist it, because I know you said earlier about you motorcycling and stuff and bikes, but I'm also into bikes myself. And what beautiful way to top off a studio, right, than to have a motorbike inside, guys. Look at that. This is the icing on the cake, right? We're actually in his studio, right? This is his studio, and we're looking at this beautiful Yamaha, which it's not in the script, but we'd like to place it in there in a sense that we'd like to just say, what a beautiful machine. What a beautiful machine. Look at that. Why do you have this in your studio, Chris? Is it just for a showpiece, or is it just like a man like myself that likes to have the motor really close?
Well, as time goes on, I think I'm into semi-retirement.
Right.
So one day I might bring it back out, but for now, the purpose is part of my collection of things, what I like. This is what I used to do. I used to ride it all over England, but now I'm slowing down. So.
Yeah, man. A rider never left his motor. Like I said, a left would never go far from his spots. So there you have it, guys. This is Chris' work, his studio, his beautiful motorbike, lovely. And today, I thank you to take the time out, Chris, to invite myself here and to share your work, right, your beautiful work, to the wider audience, which is the viewers and myself, and basically just give us some insight and the style of photography that you do, and you work, what you do with actual pictures, or what you can do with pictures on canvas, on glass itself, because there you have it again, guys. You can also work in various ways with photos and his sketches as well. So once more, I'm thanking you to invite myself here in your studio and just basically share with myself what you work, your beautiful work. And I really thank you for that, Chris.
And thank you for coming as well.
All right, man. So there you have it, guys, with Chris Studios, and we're going to wrap up now. And thanks again for being with us. Beautiful.
As a photographer, there's something about capturing that perfect moment, magical. You got that key of an eye on your subject. You set that position. You wait for that perfect lighting to execute at the perfect moment. Magical. Is something that you cannot resist. To deliver that moment that you create, to see the smiles on people's faces when you present to them that moment in time.